You know that person in your life who just can't stand mayo? Call them traumatized. Call them closed-minded. We get it. They're stuck in their ways. But here's the thing. They just haven't tried Hellmann's flavored mayo. We're talking bold flavors that will flip even the biggest skeptics. Spicy mayo that adds the perfect kick to your burger. Garlic aioli that transforms ordinary fries into something extraordinary. Chipotle mayo that turns your basic wrap into a smoky sensation. So to all the mayo haters out there, yes, we're looking at you. It's time to eat your words. Because with mayo this flavorful, any hater is just a mayo lover waiting to be convinced. Hellmann's flavored mayo. Get ready to eat your words.
Price tracking by Expedia. You were made to use your Do Not Disturb mode. We were made to track flight prices to out of office. Expedia, made to travel. Available as a member benefit.
The amazing Kate Casey.
Welcome back for another episode of Reality Life with Kate Casey, and it is finally here. I've got an episode today with Ronnie Karam from Watch What Crappens podcast, and we're going to talk about Bravo shows. In particular, we're going to discuss Real Housewives of Orange County and then Real Housewives of Miami. Now, this season, as many of you know, Tamara had been accused of having roofied Gretchen Rossi back in 2008 during a naked, wasted party. That claim, allegedly leaked by Katie to a quote-unquote blogger, I hate that term, it sparked a fierce clash of accounts. So Gretchen has denied ever making an accusation, while Tamara has insisted that Katie shared the rumor with those quote-unquote bloggers. So the question is, who is at fault and who do you believe? Are they all lying? Are they covering for each other? What is the story behind what's happening on that show this season? And then we talk a little bit about the dynamics of Real Housewives of Miami. You've got a new cast member named Stephanie who has joined the show and is extremely braggadocious about private jets and jewelry and properties. And it's kind of interesting because, as I note to Ronnie, I believe there are 3 tranches. There is the first tranche where the housewives film the show and they believe there's a certain way that their life is going to be presented and what they believe the audience will see because it's based on their own lens, right? So they're thinking, there's no way the audience is going to like that person or believe that story or go along with that. And then the second tranche is when the episodes begin to air and they start to hear the audience's feedback. And then they're like, oh, that's wild. I didn't see it that way. Or wait a minute, why was it edited that way? That's not how I saw that go down when we filmed. And then the third tranche is when the reunion comes and they really get to hear what their castmates thought about what they filmed about a year ago. So we laugh in this episode about how all of the housewives really believe the audience and the production teams are going to see themselves and their life and the way they react to certain other cast members in a specific and certain way. And it's not always what they expect in the end. I think that's why people who first joined the show feel like they likely walked out of a tornado after first season because it's not what they expected, especially if they have watched the show for a long period of time. So what's interesting about Orange County this season is that we've got Gretchen coming back, who was on the show years and years ago, and how that changes dynamics. And then on Miami, you have someone who's new to the show and is really kind of stirring the pot, for lack of a better term. So we go into all of those dynamics, and I love talking to Ronnie. We have been doing this for a long time, and we have had such fun over the years, kind of dissecting different personalities on The Real Housewives and other Bravo shows. And at the end, he talks about the other things that he's watching. So as you know, I watch a prodigious amount of unscripted TV. My husband and Ronnie Karam are great people to turn to if you need scripted suggestions. And so you will be happy at the end when he tells you what he's been watching lately. Go and listen to their show if you are not doing so already. You're going to have the best time, especially if you're someone who watches The Real Housewives and just feels like you're screaming at the screen. They are your people. And then make sure that you check out my What to Watch list, which is at katecasey.substack.com, because every week I'm going to tell you the best things to watch in unscripted TV, So if you're looking for another reality show or a documentary or series to watch, I have you covered. And I've got every different category from true crime to reality romance shows to sports doc series. So many of you have written to me and said, I didn't think I was going to give two shits about this show. And boy, I was wrong. And I've got everyone in my house locked into this season. So make sure you check that out. Also check out the bonus episodes. This week in particular, I've got a story about a fashion company and what was happening behind the scenes. So make sure you check that out on Apple Podcast and also on Patreon at patreon.com/KKC. And lastly, make sure that you're in the Facebook group Reality Life with KKC. So here is my episode with Ronnie Karam from Watch What Crappens. Happy belated birthday to you.
Oh, I thank you. So old and wise now.
Did you clang glasses across the pool with a bunch of friends? Because it looked like you guys got down to get down. Like you guys looked like you had a good weekend.
Yeah, it was really fun. You know, that's where we went to Palm Springs, and that's where old gays go out to pasture. You know, that's where we're put out to pasture. So we figured we'd start, you know, and we did. It was super fun. Yeah, Matt Maher was walking around in a little Speedo while
I saw pictures.
Singing show tunes. It was amazing.
Palm Springs truly has one of the greatest brunch options selection cities of the United States of America.
You know, I've never made it out to brunch in all of these years. Yeah, I've gone many, many times over the years, but I'm just too tired. Like I'm exhausted. And also Palm Springs, I'm not leaving that pool until nighttime because it's 115 degrees. It's Iraq. Yeah. It's hot.
Do you like the heat?
No, I hate it.
Oh, I love it.
But you don't feel it in the pools.
True.
Oh, really? You love heat?
It's unfortunate that I am so pale because I truly believe I could live in a place like Jamaica and be very happy.
Yeah, not me. I'm always overweight, so I'm sweaty all the time. And I wear like a skin sleeping bag at all times, so I'm not really a heat person.
So when you were in the pool, did you wear like a whole setup with a hat and an umbrella attached and a whole thing?
Kind of a hat. We were lucky. This one had, it was partly shaded at all times. Like part of the building was always creating a shadow, so I could kind of hide that way, which is good. Because I just had my upper eyelids done. I can't be out here.
Oh, that's the new thing.
I didn't even think of that. I didn't, realize that. Well, I didn't get it done for fashion. I had droopy eyelids, you know.
Well, it's the new thing. I can't tell you how many friends. I've had friends, husbands even pick me up for dinner to drive me home after we've all gone out and they're all bandaged up. I mean, it's the new thing.
Yeah, well, there's no hiding it. Oh, thanks. It's taking forever to heal, I think, because I vape.
Well, you know, another thing that's so wonderful about our age group is that everyone is just so open about stuff like that. I went to the pool on Sunday and my friend immediately said, I look very swollen because I just had a facelift. And I thought, you know what? Good for you. It's just like, it is what it is.
Yeah, we're doing what we're doing. You know, It's like talking about going to get an oil change. We all have to do it at some point. So we're just like, what'd you get done? What'd you get done? How's it going? Did you get your testosterone put in or your steroids? How's your perimenopause going, girl? You know, like you're saying it's a new thing. Like it's the new thing. We're all getting our eyelids at. No, we're just getting to that age where everybody's getting, you know?
Yeah.
Like one time I told my friend, is it something in the water? Like, are people just having trouble getting pregnant lately? And they're like, Ronnie, your friends are all 50. That's why they're having trouble getting pregnant. But none of us want to grow up. You know, we're just like, we can do this when we're 80 years old. I'll decide to have a baby.
I also feel like I say to my kids all the time, can you guys believe that I am not 28 anymore? And they say, yeah, we can. Yeah. But I believe I'm 28 in my head.
Oh, yeah. Well, I hit age 40 at about 15. Like between 12 and 15. So it's been gravy for me ever since because my personality has kind of made more sense every extra year.
Yeah, I feel that too. My friend Gina from childhood always said, you had a sense of humor, as in myself, that was like a little bit too old for us. Like they had to catch up later. And you probably were like that too. And I know you were because one of the great Saturday Series episodes was you talking about growing up in your small town and how you'd go to the country club and just like hang out with your mom's friends.
Oh, I love it. I still do. I still love them. Now it's a canasta club at the country club.
Not Mahjong? Not Mahjong?
They're into Mahjong now. But that Mahjong, they're all warning me against, they're like, it's too hard for you. They're like gatekeepers.
Oh, wow.
They're like, I don't know if you can handle Mahjong, honey. It's real hard. I'm like, I've seen Crazy Rich Asians.
Right.
I can get into this. And I'm like, no, it's really difficult. And for my mom's birthday, I was going to buy her a Mahjong set. Because,
that's nice. Yeah.
But it was like $800.
Is it really?
It's crazy. It was really nice because all the ladies are into it now. So it's not just some plain old tiles anymore. Jeez.
How long does it take to play Mahjong?
I don't even know, but long enough to keep them out of the house and happy. That's
my issue. I don't think there's a lot of stuff I can not do because of time. Like I've been asked to go play doubles and I say I can't do that.
Like tennis?
Yeah, because it takes too long. And I'm a very intense person. So I don't want to talk. I don't want anyone talking.
I can imagine.
I don't want any, like I will scream at somebody and be like, no talking. I want to sweat.
Just get those eyebrows furrowed. Exactly. I would never want to be against you in a doubles match. No,
my sister won't play with me. She's like, you're vicious. It's just, I'm there to win. Yeah.
I played pickleball with somebody last week. But normally I'm a big no on pickleball because it's noisy and it's just like easier tennis. I just have no respect for pickleball or pickleball players. And I know you're all pickleball players and I'm probably going to get hate mail. I don't even care. I have no respect for you. So I went to play it. So I have no respect for myself either. My self-respect is gone. So I went to play it. I gave in and it was okay. But it is mini tennis and it's just like loud tennis. It's like...
Mm-hmm. I know, I can dig
that.
it.
You know, people who make that noise like when they eat and then they're like,
it does sound like
some kind of little, I don't know what it is about the noise. I think it's the sound of exercise maybe. Because I also hate this noise. When
you don't like the shoes on the tread or anything.
Oh, all of that. Court. I just hate it. I hate it. I would rather listen to a baby crying.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not phased. Right? I'm not phased by baby crying at all. Like a baby crying does not faze me in the least. There's so many times where I'm out somewhere and people apologize to me. They go, "I'm really sorry, my child," and I go, "I got 5 kids. I'm cool." And they're like, "Oh, okay." Like she gets it.
Yeah. Well, how could you be afraid of babies? Or how could you hate that sound? You've got a zillion babies. You're like a Gremlins over there. Babies swinging off fans.
I know. What are you going to do? All right. Well, I have a question for you, which the good people have reached out and said, for the love of God, will you two just please give us your opinions? And having been involved in this arena for probably 67 years between us at this point, I would assume you probably have a similar point of view when it comes to the roofie story of 2025. So let me first say, that to know these shows is to know that most of the participants have never worked in corporate America. And that factors to me in a lot of the poor decision making because people who have worked in corporate America second guess things all the time. Like, is this going to get me a promotion? Is this going to put me in bad relation with my boss, with the investor, with the general counsel? And because they've never had that background, they get into these situations. So for me, this season, when you see Gretchen and Jen panicked and then seemingly like backtracking on stories, I think it's because Katie came to the show as a seasoned viewer and thought, I'm here to play ball. And she got mad last season when people brought her own personal business into filming. And she thought, all right, well, I'm here to play. So she talks about the story that I believe did happen over dinner at Mastro's in Crystal Cove. And she brought it to the people who cover, these shows like ourselves. The meme accounts.
Kiki Monique, the new household name.
But I don't think Kiki was the only one. I think there were several of them. And I think Katie was like, yeah, here's the story. Like these broads are crazy. This is the stuff I hear behind the scenes. And I think they all talk smack behind the scenes, but they never think that it's ever going to make it to air. It's like this line that no one crossed. Like I'm going to say the meanest shit about the other people. And I think Katie, the newbie, goes, well, I'll just go tell all these people because you guys don't talk to me. So maybe they will. And then it gets back to Tamara. And I think Tamara was like, there's no way this broad's coming back to this show and I have to work with her for another 3 to 4 to 5 seasons. So I'm just going to bring this up. And because they don't have corporate backgrounds, they thought it would be business as usual.
Wherever you go, whatever they get into, from chill time to everyday adventures, protect your dog from parasites with Credelio Quattro. For full safety information, side effects, and warnings, visit CredeliaQuattroLabel.com. Consult your vet or call 1-888-545-5973. Ask your vet for Credelio Quattro and visit QuattroDog.com.
How hard is it to kill a planet? Maybe all it takes is a little drilling, some mining, and a whole lot of carbon pumped into the atmosphere. When you see what's left, it starts to look like a crime scene.
Are we really safe? Is our water safe? You destroyed our town.
And crimes like that, they don't just happen.
We call things accidents. There is no accident. This was 100% preventable.
They're the result of choices by people. Ruthless oil tycoons, corrupt politicians, even organized crime. These are the stories we need to be telling about our changing planet. Stories of scams, murders, and cover-ups that are about us and the things we're doing to either protect the Earth or destroy it. Follow Lawless Planet on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. You can listen to new episodes of Lawless Planet early and ad-free right now by joining Wondery Plus in the Wondery app, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify.
For me, I really thought to myself, as I heard this information months and months ago, this is the death of the show. This is the death of the show because this is too legally murky. And I can't imagine the network, the producers, the general counsel at NBC Universal was happy about this. I'm actually surprised they even aired it because now you go down a rabbit hole where I think despite the fact that they can't technically sue one another, you do kind of think, I at least think, all of them are going to be brought into an office at some point and go, okay, this is not the direction we want to go with the show. And where are you now in this problem? And so I think, again, that Gretchen and Jen, definitely culpable in this story, they all of a sudden were like, oh shit, I might actually not be in good grace with the producers, the network. And I don't know if they necessarily think they're going to lose their job, but there's a fear I may not get certain opportunities, screen time, access, etc. What do you think?
Well, NBC Universal is a corporate environment. And for those people to even think they were going to bring on Gretchen and not have Naked Wasted talked about is crazy. So, of course, I feel like if they brought Gretchen back in the first place, they know that's going to be a storyline. And they're thinking, okay, Tamara had an easy season for the most part last year, getting away with stuff. And then she got hammered at the end. And so she shows up at the reunion. And, you know, when Tamara decides to be apologetic, she punishes the audience. Because she's like, okay, well, I'm just not going to say anything now, which is what she did at the reunion. And it was so boring. Mm-hmm. And I think that they were like, you know what? Let's just poke Tamara and because no one will stand up to her, really.
Which is a problem on that show.
Well, yeah. But I mean, she always has been. They brought her back and she's helped the show by being back, don't you think? I mean, ratings-wise and all that. So I think they're like, okay, everyone's terrified of Tamara.
Sometimes, yes.
Yeah, they're like, everyone's scared of her. Because when I say she got hammered at the end of last season, it wasn't really by I mean, Jen a little bit stood up to her, but it was the audience. Mm-hmm. It was like, had it with her. And so she came back to the reunion completely complacent, and it was boring. She punished the audience, and we were like, what are you even doing here? I mean, I was. When I say we, I mean me. I was like, what am I doing here? I need Tamara to go crazy and yell at people. That's the only reason I'm here. So she punished us. So I think that they were like, what do we do? Everyone on the show except Jen, who's, you know, somewhat toothless so far because she was a one-season person at that point. Mm-hmm. They're like, okay, no one's going to stand up to her. You've even got Dubrow kissing her butt. What are we going to do? Let's bring Naked Wasted because that is one of the most cancelable offenses, especially brought back all these years later. It's a different time, you know? So I think they knew what they were doing. And I think they knew it was going to come up. And I think Gretchen obviously knew it was going to come up. So she's gossiping at dinner saying, whatever happened, I was so drunk. that I've thought I was roofied, or I was so drunk that I thought maybe I was roofied, or I was so drunk I should have gone to the hospital, or I was so drunk I did go to the hospital. No one really knows what the truth is because she's told many different things and people have told many different things. I think thinking beyond that, why would Tamara do this to herself? Like maybe she knows it's coming up. She can't be sure, but to even put in everybody's minds that she or her son could have roofied that girl is crazy. It doesn't make sense. So I've thought about it. And this week, I kind of thought maybe she's trying to get a Candy Burris at it because, Candy's big way, and this was rightly so. It's not like Candy had to make anything up. I mean, when Phaedra came out with that rumor on Real Housewives of Atlanta that Candy was going to drug Portia so that she could have a threesome with her and Todd. Okay, that was the rumor back then. And Candy was like, that's accusing me of rape. Like, are you freaking crazy?
And I had the same reaction to that one where I was like, ooh, that's too far. It's
too far. I mean, it was just sick. It was diabolical of Phaedra. And she deserved everything she got, by the way. So I think that made Candy even more. I mean, Candy was already kind of a hero of that show, right? Everybody loves Candy. But I think that when Tamara saw, wow, that's going to immediately cancel somebody. And it's also going to elevate me in a time where I kind of need to be elevated. That's a far-fetched theory, I know. But I think in Tamara's dummy mind, she's like, well, it worked for her, so I'm going to churn this whole thing. So I thought this is the dumbest move ever. But now that I'm watching it, I'm like, Tamara's so good at this. You have to give her credit because she has turned this whole naked wasted thing, which she knew was going to come up, and she has turned it all into this girl's a liar. That girl's a liar. Everybody's a liar. And so everybody's fighting over all of this stuff that Tamara has spun. And now no one's really talking about Tamara being a monster or her son being, a very, very close to being a sexual assaulter on that show.
I mean, that is so upsetting to go back in time and to watch that episode. I mean, really deeply upsetting.
It truly is. And I don't know, I think you came to our show in Irvine a few years ago, and we did Naked Wasted, and we were shocked because we hadn't watched it since it came out.
I remember that,
We watched it right before the show, and we're like, what? Why would we do this? This is not funny. We just like the title of it. We didn't really remember everything that went into it. But
I also think a lot of the housewives are shocked when they think the audience is going to look at something in a certain way. Like, I think that, it's like three tranches. They film it and then they see it play back and then they go to the reunion and they hear what the other cast members think. So it's like they film it and they have their own way of looking at it. The second part is they find out what the audience thinks. And the third part is they find out what their other cast members thought on stage in a live situation.
Yeah.
And the first tranche, they always are almost always wrong about it.
Yeah.
Like, I think as they film it, they're like, oh, the audience is going to love me for this. They're going to be so angry. And I think they're just dumbfounded when the audience goes the opposite way. And I think that's happening on this show, especially this season. Yeah.
They call it wrong every single time. And we see it happening on Miami with Gertie. They thought, we're going to get Gertie so good. Nobody likes her. We're going to ice her out. And the audience is like, you guys are a bunch of jerks.
Yeah.
We're going to stand up for Gertie. And you see them shocked, especially Julia. She can't believe it. She seems
shocked.
like, what?
Well, I also think the Gertie thing, and I said this to her too, is I think a lot of it is, unfortunately, anger and resentment and bitterness because she got so much attention last season because, of course, breast cancer. That's how diabolical a lot of them are.
Yeah.
I think they carry like, oh God, is this going to be the Gertie show? And like everywhere we go, we're going to have to hear about how like you have this wonderful husband. I really think that that's the way they think because once they become on these shows, it's like their brain chemistry changes and they become monsters.
Like, you got all this attention.
Yeah.
You jerk, you got all your breast cancer attention.
Totally.
Didn't you get enough?
Yeah.
And we see it with Lisa, too, on that show, where they're like, oh, my God, how long do we have to hear about your traumatic divorce?
Exactly.
As if that just ends in a season. Which, no one needs to hear it 24 hours a day. Like, we've all had the friend who, and I mean Lisa, not Gertie. We have the friend who goes on way too much about stuff all the time. So I get that. But it's like, you're still talking about Lenny? Well, yeah, you guys, divorce lasts a long time. It's not just an overnight thing.
Yeah.
It's like you wake up in the next season and everything's over. But for anybody on that show to call people extra or too much is hilarious.
Yes.
I mean, hilarious.
We can both agree that they are much more vicious behind the scenes. I mean, I do think they spend an inordinate amount of time laying in bed at night with one eyeball open, scrolling and texting and hatching up plans with their new friend who works in the social media sphere, or their assistant, or their hair person. Or they find the people who will spend hours and hours talking shit about the person that they hate that they film with.
Oh, yeah, of course. Of course. And we both know from personal experience that they will contact you and get in your DMs and like be your friend and, you know, oh my God, we're so close and and try to trick us into saying things to get their information out, you know?
That's right.
And I just tell them, I'm going to be a dick to you tomorrow. I don't know why you're... I don't know why. I'm not going to spread your gossip because it's stupid and I'm not some tool of like a Bravo person. Like I'm never going to do that. So you can tell me whatever you want. And they tell me and I never tell anybody. And I think then they just stop talking to me because I'm not doing their work. You know, I'm not doing your homework. I'm busy.
I learned that a long time ago because I am prone to be a secret keeper because I worked in crisis media for so many years. Like I'm just prone to do that.
Yeah.
And I think people who don't have some sort of background where you have a job or a life situation which disallows you to just be careless in sharing information, that people just move on from you because you're not giving them what they want.
Yeah. Yeah. And I keep secrets because I'm just a friend like that. And also I love to know all the gossip. I just love it. I don't necessarily love to gossip because if I gossip, I don't get the gossip. But like I find life so entertaining and I hang out with such dramatic people who always have an opinion on everything. So I love to hear it all, but I never go repeat it because if I repeat it, I'm never going to hear it anymore. Well, from real people, you know, from real people. But you know, reality people always want you to go do their dirty work. And I'm just not going to do it. Like, I'd rather you keep telling me stuff, you know?
Right. Also, the people that they tell are most likely people who have faceless accounts. And when there's no face that goes with it, they can be a little bit more careless with the exchange of information. Whereas if it, you know, somebody has to look at you and you have to be held accountable, like they're not going to go to someone like that. They're going to go to somebody whose name is like Pumpkin Pie Fighter 275.
Exactly. That's right. They'll go to like smaller to medium size, like Instagram accounts or things like that, where people will spread it because they need the attention, they need the clicks. And it's not always necessarily believable, but it's enough that it starts catching on and people will spread it, you know, because they don't want their fingerprints on anything. That's why so many smaller accounts have receipts of all these people. You know, there have been multiple instances over the years of people posting the receipts that they have. Like, here's all the DMs with Tamara or whoever.
Yeah.
And they get caught. And people are like, why are they talking to these like kind of small potatoes accounts when they're friends with Dave Quinn, for example? And it's because Dave Quinn is not going to just print anything, you know? So they're going to go to anybody to spread it and they're not going to get their fingerprints. That's what's kind of disappointing about Katie. I mean, I really like Katie's personality. I think I love her calm demeanor. I love that nothing really throws her off. She can always stay. It's amazing, really. And I think because she's gone through so much real life crap that she's like, you're not going to scare me. Are you kidding? I was living in a car and having my kids taken away. Like, I'm not going to be scared by some possum on a trash can. Okay.
It's very Jedi mind trickery to just be contained. Yes.
Yes. So I love all that about her. And I think that she's understood kind of the game, what it is, as far as the contacting the bloggers and all. She sees everyone else doing it. So she's like, well, why can't I do it? But she's just so bad at that part. I mean, she's just
so surprising.
Like, you call a person who hosts on Radio Andy, like with Dorinda?
Yeah.
Why would you do that? It's just so obvious, you know?
Well, for someone like me who loves a documentary, I wish they spent a little bit more time delving into her life story, which from the little that I know seems extraordinarily interesting. And if we knew all that, then you go, okay, that's why she may be prone to do this, or maybe that's why she reacts that way. But when you don't get anybody's personal story, it kind of disallows us to kind of see things in the full picture.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, personal stories, I don't know. Emily's got the corner on that one.
I just had Emily on my show.
I cannot take any more Emily stories. I'm like, so everyone wants them to share more of their personal lives. I don't. I'm like, like this hurts. This hurts my feelings. I don't want to watch it.
I think you feel that way because it's been the same cast members for so long. Like, it's hard for me because I live here and I'm surrounded by people that I find to be huge characters, and I love nothing more than a big character. And I don't understand why they're not swapping out cast members like Menudo. I mean, it's like the personal story is interesting if it's someone new, and I get to unravel them. And it was the same people for years and years and years. You're just like, it's Big Ben Parliament. Like, it's the same story all the time. Nothing changed.
Yeah. Sometimes they're fine, but for the most part, I feel like people like Emily will choose something depressing every year. And like, this is my thing that I'm going to cry about this year. It's like the first time it's Shane not giving her enough attention. Then it's her mother not giving her enough attention. Then it's her kid going through whatever her kid's going through, which is making me super uncomfortable. I don't think she should be sharing a lot of that. I think it's unfair and weird. And it's just always some reason for Emily to be sobbing that I'm just not ever believing, Yeah. Like, I didn't believe it with Shane. I didn't really believe it with her mom because she kind of cut her mom off years ago. It's not that I don't believe it. I just feel like she's kind of milking certain things for the camera. And I get that it's a drama and they're supposed to be sharing and things that are real and upsetting. But I feel like some people go too hard for the tears, and I'm sick of watching Emily cry. I'm tired of it. Start crying less. I would rather watch Katie, handle bloggers terribly than watch Emily cry over stupid things.
It's your man, Nick Cannon, and I'm here to bring you my new podcast, Nick Cannon at Night. I've heard y'all been needing some advice in the love department. So who better to help than yours truly? Nah, I'm serious. Every week, I'm bringing out some of my celebrity friends and the best experts in the business to answer your most intimate relationship questions. Having problems with your man? We got you. Catching feelings for your sneaky link? Let's make sure it's the real deal first. Ready to bring toys into the bedroom? Let's talk about it. Consider this a non-judgment zone to ask your questions when it comes to sex and modern dating in relationships, friendships, situationships, and everything in between. It's gonna be sexy, freaky, messy, and you know what? You'll just have to watch the show. So don't be shy. Join the conversation and head over to YouTube to watch Nick Cannon at Night, or subscribe on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. Want to watch episodes early and ad-free? Join Wondery Plus right now.
You know what's interesting too about Gretchen? I mean, I love a good character. I mean, we love, as you said, you like going to the country club and talking to someone with like a crazy outfit.
Yeah.
Gretchen, I love that she wears bonkers outfits. But what's surprising is someone who wants to look so young would wear clothing that is like so Doris Day.
Yeah. It's like child Republican. It's like cotillion, like cotillion conservative. I'm not really sure. It's like a voting block. I'm not really sure. It's like she wants to be a sexy Fox News reporter, I guess. I'm not really sure. I don't know what she's going for, but it's disturbing at this point. And I miss her like old Orange County, like party girl in Orange County fashions, like and the cutouts and the...
Right. I mean, the show
like
definitely in OC lacks a fun vibe. And then the other thing I would ask you about it, have you heard enough about Stephanie's private jet, or do you need to hear more?
She is so desperate and thirsty. She infuriated me for the first half of the season because I think in life, that's my least favorite kind of a person.
Me too.
Just a braggart. It's like someone who went and stole someone's husband and is now bragging about their spoils. It's like gross. You know what I mean? I'm like, you might as well be you might as well be selling a stolen stereo under a freeway underpass to me. Yeah. That's what it looks like to me. Like you went and stole somebody's shit and now you're out there bragging about it and wearing shoes that don't fit you, that you stole out of someone's closet. Like that's what it looks like to me. So I hated that. And I thought, what terrible casting. She's not funny, this and that. That was my initial opinion. But she's not fake. Like, she really is such a brat. She's just a horrible human being. Like, I can tell, even when she doesn't have money, she's a snotty little brat who looks down on everybody, treats everybody like garbage, thinks she's amazing, and she's not. And so now I'm starting to really enjoy her because I don't laugh at her because she's funny. I just laugh at her because she's just so ridiculous. And I can't wait for these ladies to hand her ass to her. I think right now they're like, okay, she's like super rich and they're buying the confidence. But we can start seeing it turn a little bit this last week when she's holding that plane over everybody's head and like, oh, we're changing the seating arrangements because or crying in a fight that has nothing to do with her and storming out. These ladies are not going to stand for somebody coming in there and trying to over-dramatic them on their own show.
Yeah. Well, the newbie always overshoots it, you know, the over-the-top clothes and for her, the house and all that. But it's almost like she's asking for her life to fall apart, because if you tell everybody that you want to sleep with your husband 24/7 and you are going to build this big house, it's like so over the top. I just feel like the cards are not going to fall your way.
And who else did we hear that from? I mean, multiple people over the years, but who did we hear? Oh, sure, he's older, but he's so sexy to me. I just love him. You want to come on my private plane? Well, we'll see if you're good enough to get on my private plane. We've all heard this from Erica Jane. We've already seen this shtick, and we saw how that ended.
We sure did.
Well, not really, because it's still kind of going. Court cases are still ongoing, but... And Stephanie's, it's happening really quick. I mean, didn't they lose that house that they're remodeling on the show? I think they had lost that to... Did they lose that to foreclosure? I hope that comes up at their
reunion.
Yeah, I don't know if they lost it or if it was going to be foreclosed on, but then they paid it. I don't know what happened, but it was already looking pretty shady at the end of that.
Yeah.
At the end of that season, at the end of that shoot.
My favorite stories always are the riches to rags and then the richest stories again. Like, I like to see someone who has the come down and then figured out how to come back up. But hopefully it's without this guy, because he seems like a complete weirdo for wanting to be on the television show so much. You're running this like big time company, this like empire, but you sure like to get a little Broadway moment.
Oh yeah. And his little like 20-year-old leather outfits.
Yeah.
Sitting with Martina Navratilova like, oh, you're so sexy. God,
you're so sexy, Martina.
I didn't think about your arms. Oh, God.
Oh, wait, I can't let you go without asking you, why do you think that those daughters of Julia are angry about the kids?
Wouldn't you be?
Because they're going to have to take care of them.
You've put up with your mom's crap. Julia's crazy, and you know she's a drama queen, and they've put up with that lady's crap for years. And now she's going to have these kids, and they're going to have to babysit these kids. They're going to have to take care of them when Julia and Martina are gone. Julia's younger, but Martina, I mean, in the scheme of life, she's having kids really old. So they're like, what, am I going to be forced to take care of these kids now? Like, it's not only your responsibility that you're doing this to, and where's our money going to go? Now all this money is going to go to these new kids. Yeah, I don't know. It's just added. And then to not even really talk to your kids about it is super bizarre. Like, to spring an adoption of 2 children on your other kids. Like, oh, by the way, we got 2 kids.
Well, also, at that age group that they're in, I could imagine the girls privately going, she didn't even know what the name of our school was. She didn't know any of her classmates. She never went to parent-teacher conferences. She never even checked my report card. And now she just adopted 2 small children.
Yeah. I think it's pretty easy to feel discarded when you put it like that.
Yeah.
You know?
I love it all. Tell everybody what you're watching right now, because sometimes you guys go off the grid and you'll do like scripted stuff like Game of Thrones. Like, what are you watching outside of work?
We're not covering really anything outside of work. Of course, we watched Love Island, so we're doing that reunion, which is 2 hours with no commercials. Like, we had to take a break after recapping that for an hour and a half yesterday to come back and do it again today. So
why
ridiculous.
do they have to have 2 hosts? I don't understand. Why couldn't Ariana just do it herself?
It feels like they're giving her training, like to maybe do it on her own, you know, like to get him in there and show her.
Okay, but do you have to do that on camera? Can't you just do some seminar outside of work?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know the answer, like why they're doing it, but it doesn't need to be 2 hours, I'll tell you, especially for what we got. It wasn't like a hard-hitting reunion, and Andy was pretty softball, so I don't know. I have no answers. But I'm glad that's over, because it's a lot. It's a lot of babies making out. You know, that's how I feel right now.
You love
I feel
oranges?
creepy.
So do I. Oh my God, I love oranges.
We're exclusive, but are we dating? What the hell else are you doing? I don't even understand the terminology. I don't get it. Or, you know, I start saying things like dead ass.
Oh, first of all, I've said dead ass for years. I don't like that these kids are acting like it's they've created. I've said that for years.
Period. Dot.
Facts.
I like drama. I like sci-fi dramas when I'm not watching stuff like this. So I'm watching Foundation on Apple Plus. I love that one. And I'm watching Alien, the new Alien Earth. That's pretty good. And then I'll like binge mystery shows. I watched the other sister, or the good sister. Is it called the good sister or the bad sister? One of those. The better sister. Yeah. One of those. That was pretty good. You know, mystery thriller type things.
Did you watch Hunting Wives?
No.
Yeah, it's not your thing.
I heard that was like about closet case Republican lesbians or something.
With guns and bad wigs. And Dermot Mulroney, who I don't know what, like his agent was like, I hate you and I'm going to give you a job that makes you look absolutely stupid.
Maybe I'll watch it. Actually, my lesbian friend last night was like, you have to watch it. It's about closeted Republican lesbians who hunt. And I was like, I don't know. That's a lot of descriptors in there that I don't like. I mean, I like lesbians, but all the other stuff, I'm like, I don't know. But I'll check it out.
I'm sure the lesbian community is like, finally, like, why isn't anybody writing about our wild and crazy lives? It's probably, you know, like, finally we feel seen.
Yeah, lesbians are having a moment. I mean, they have that. And then they have that queer love. Have you seen that one? That Netflix?
Ultimatum.
Yeah, Queer Love Ultimatum, I hear is really good.
Yeah, because they're mad. A lot of people were mad that Joanna Garcia was the host. They were like, you're going to get somebody who's straight to host it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. How do you feel about it? What should you do?
Well, I mean, welcome to the world that we live in. Like every show about women is hosted by a gay guy. Like that's it. Like we know, we get it.
That's true. I guess that's why I was kind of like, oh, maybe I shouldn't comment on this because I have a show where I comment, you know, mostly on Housewives. So I'm going to just stay out of this one.
But that is a good question posed. Like if it were a show, like a gay guy dating show, would it be weird if a straight mom with 5 kids hosted it?
No, it would probably be perfect.
You think?
Because gay guys, we're a different breed, you know? I mean, if it was another gay guy, we'd all probably like try to bang the gay guy to get a favorable,
or
you know, like we'd get messy. Like, yeah, our interdynamics are.
So maybe it's better to get
politics
something
or whatever.
That's different. Yeah.
Yeah, because if it's another gay guy, we'll just tell them off. We're not going to take it, you know? But if it's like a lady, you know,
I would
we'll listen more. Like, because we all have our besties. I feel like a lot of us have besties who are women and are raised alongside women and by strong women. So we respect, I think, that opinion more than another gay guy. And like, I'm not going to sit there and let some other queen tell me what to do, but I'll listen to you.
Yeah. I would be a lot meaner, though, than Jennifer Coolidge. I'd be like, get your shit
But we
together.
love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We misbehaving gays love a strong woman to tell us to get our shit together.
Okay.
We don't do it still. But we love
we appreciate and salute.
Makes us feel loved.
Yeah.
Our parents gave up a long time ago.
Well, mine did too, clearly. Tell everybody where they can listen to the podcast and where they can find you.
So we're Watch What Crappens. You can find us wherever you find your podcasts, okay? On Instagram, we're at Watch What Crappens. I'm at Ronnie Karam. So just come find us, y'all. We do Amazon Lives now. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Amazon Live. We're Amazon Live sellers.
Well, Ben does so much cooking. That's like perfect too.
Ben's so good. Ben's so talented. You know, he's such a sweet guy. And he has a Substack called NBD Fancy, which is good to follow. Go follow him there. And also on Instagram, he's at Ben Mandelker. He does a lot of great recipes. He travels. He writes about that. He's a Renaissance man. He's all over the place. Yeah. So we do Amazon Lives every other Monday. You can check our Instagram for links and stuff. And then we do a live kind of Bravo news and gossip show every Monday night over on YouTube and Instagram.
Fun.
So we switch off Mondays. So that's kind of what we're doing right now. Just having fun and loving this break with fewer shows, but waiting for the onslaught of the fall.
It's going to come a windfall. An absolute
Salt Lake
windfall.
City's coming back. You old gout dick sucker.
Isn't that someone's Twitter handle? I think.
Probably already.
I think they tweeted me the other day.
Did you see the meme from Real Housewives of Miami? That's Larsa saying, oh my God, like if my grandfather like left my grandmother, like I don't follow my grandfather. It says there's two types of people. And then it shows her next to Mary Cosby. I love Salt Lake City. I can't wait for it.
Too good. Well, thank you, my friend.
Thank you. So good to talk to you. Thanks for having me on.
Love your face.
You too.
The amazing Kate Casey.
I want to thank my great guest, Ronnie Karam, and make sure that you click subscribe. Please leave a 5-star review. Join the Facebook group, Reality Life with Kate Casey. You can get my What to Watch list at katecasey.substack.com. Bonus episodes on Apple Podcast and Patreon. And then also make sure that you check out my social media. I'm on Instagram at @KateCaseyCA, TikTok, it's Kate Casey, and Twitter, Threads, and Blue Sky at Kate Casey. Check back tomorrow for a do not miss episode about the wild trial going on in Florida right now.
And now, a next-level moment from AT&T Business. Say you've sent out a gigantic shipment of pillows, and they need to be there in time for International Sleep Day. You've got AT&T 5G, so you're fully confident. But the vendor isn't responding, and International Sleep Day is tomorrow. Luckily, AT&T 5G lets you deal with any issues with ease, so the pillows will get delivered and everyone can sleep soundly, especially you. AT&T 5G requires a compatible plan and device. Coverage not available everywhere. Learn more at att.com/5G network.